Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today I'm going to show you how to make this stained glass pendant and necklace. If you like projects like this, you might want to check out the Stained Glass for Beginners class at our sponsor Curious.com. They'll take you through the process of selecting the right tools and materials, all the way to creating beautiful works of stained glass art. If you want to check them out, I have links below, and right now they have a 50% off sale on all of their courses at Curious.com, so you can give the gift of learning. That sale goes through January 4th, but if you're at Curious, you can sign up for the mailing list, and then you won't miss any of their current promotions and specials, and you'll get their free daily lessons. So if you want to check out this class or any of their other ones, go to the links below, and right now we're going to make this. So let's go to the table and get started. Here are the supplies we're going to need. We're going to need stained glass scraps, or you can use ceramic tiles, solder, flux, copper tape, ribbon crimps, jump rings, and a clasp. For tools, we'll need a soldering iron, a silicone mat, helping hands tool, 3-in-1 pliers, and nylon jaw pliers. Here you can see some of the supplies. I buy my stained glass scraps right from a stained glass supply store. They're about $1 or $2 a pound for the scraps, and then I store them by color in little hardware store bins. The first thing you need to do is arrange your stained glass pieces in a pleasing pattern on a silicone mat. You may need to trim some of the pieces with a glass cutter to get them to fit together properly. Then you need to wrap each piece of glass with copper tape. That will allow the solder to stick to your stained glass pieces. You want to be as neat as you can, centering the glass on the copper tape. I'm using 1/4 inch wide master foil tape for my project. Make sure you overlap the ends and that you press down the tape really well on all sides so that you have good contact with the glass. Now you need to apply some flux paste to all of the pieces of copper tape. I like to use a Q-tip for this so I can throw it away when I'm done. The purpose of flux is to clean the copper tape and make it so the solder will stick. Make sure you do every single edge of the copper tape. Now you're going to use a hot soldering iron and some lead-free solder to apply solder to all of the areas of copper tape on each of the pieces of glass. This method is known as tinning. Once the pieces are tinned, lay 2 of the pieces next to each other, butting them up very carefully, and then add a little solder to the parts where they meet. After all the pieces are connected on one side, flip it over and apply a layer of solder on the back side. You may need to keep a damp sponge handy to clean your iron off between solder applications. Now you're going to want to use your third or helping hands tool to hold your pendant and to hold a jump ring in each of their little alligator claws. Apply flux to the jump ring and to the pendant, and then use the little alligator clips to hold them touching each other where you want the loop to be soldered on. And I like to solder my jump ring on so that the split on the jump ring is at where it's going to connect with a pendant. That way I won't have to worry about the jump ring opening when it's on my necklace. Let the piece cool, and now we're ready to make a necklace. I have all my supplies out and ready to go. I decided to go with some ribbon to match my stained glass and some ribbon ends. That will turn them into a really pretty cord. And then I have some toggles. I think I'm going to go with the simple plain silver ones there, but you can use whatever you like for a clasp. I have some tools here. Now this is a split ring opener. I like to use split rings instead of jump rings when I'm attaching ribbon ends because they have such small little loops on them that jump rings tend to fall out when I use those. Jump ring pliers are a great investment. They help you open up those tiny little rings, and then you can just twist them on to the end of your ribbon crimps. The ribbon crimps are much easier to use if you put the rings on before you attach the ribbon. Before I cut my ribbon, I'm going to attach one of the ribbon ends. So what you want to do is simply place the metal ribbon end over the ends of all 3 ribbons that have been cut flush. Then you want to use some nylon jaw pliers because they won't scratch the ribbon ends, and you want to squeeze it really good, and that is going to lock all those ribbons in place. Now I've cut the ribbon at 20 inches, and now I just need to slide on that beautiful pendant that we made. Look how easy and how pretty it looks with all those simple ribbons. Now I just need to attach a ribbon crimp to the other end and then apply a toggle to each of the ends so that we can wear our beautiful new necklace. And that's all there is to it. It's ready to wear. I want to thank Curious.com for sponsoring today's episode and encourage you to check out the Stained Glass for Beginners class that they have. It has 190 minutes of video learning, including 15 step-by-step lessons. I think you'll really like it. Make sure you sign up for the mailing list while you're there so you won't miss any upcoming specials or free classes. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until next time, happy crafting!